countryside. You can find a lot of this style in Orvieto, in the center, but it's strange because here we are not in the center, and this is a urban architecture style of palace, you know. So it's really particular. Really the Pope, the Rome and Orvieto had a lot of friendship during the year. Orvieto was the second home for all the popes that were in Rome. So a lot of history, because Etruscans started to produce wine here, and from 3000 years in this land the people produce wine, so there is a lot of history.
How big is the appellation in hectares?
In hectares I don't know. I know that DOC Orvieto wine is about 15 million of bottle.
15 million?
Yeah. The problem of Orvieto DOC is that the 80% is produced by very big company that are not in the DOC territory. They are outside, because you can, the law say that you can bottle the DOC wine also outside the area.
And they buy
wine from here, from big social coop that produce wine. They sell the wine, and these people bottle the wine and put the wine in market around the world very cheap.
BG is this? BG is that?
BG.
BG.
BG, yeah.
Yeah, BG. But BG is bottled his bottle here, so is not so bad. But there are a lot of big companies that produce every kind of Italian wine, from Sicily wine to South Tyrol wine, and also Orvieto, because Orvieto is very famous wine and is very known in the world, but the reputation in this year was go down, and for this reason, because the good quality and the good bottle are very few compared with all the production. So there are not so much producer that work very well and in the territory, and
with quality wine.
It's almost like in Frascati.
Yeah, also.
It's also these big companies and then a few small. But is there some kind of like a classical district in Orvieto, or everything? It is.
Yeah, we have the classical area that is around the city, and then we have the DOC part that arrive also in Lazio, because Orvieto is a interregional DOC wine. In Lazio you can, in a part of Lazio near, you can produce Orvieto DOC, but it's not classical.
No.
Now we are in the classical area.
How high in altitude is it here?
We are in 300 meters above the sea.
So in the summer, is it very hot here, or? Yeah,
it's quite hot.
And do you feel the climate change? Do you harvest earlier?
Depends the season. In my opinion, the climate change is because each year is very different, and the weather is not constant. You can find a very hot vintage, and the next year a very cold vintage. So it's not constant weather. But yeah, maybe is more hot compared with 10 years ago. So Orvieto has two faces, one of marine origin and the clay, and one the volcanic origin and the sand and the ash. That is the southwest part, in direction to Bolsena Lake. Here we are in the valley. In the valley is common for the clay.
So which grape do you then have? Do you have all the Malvasia, Trebbiano, Grechetto?
Our vineyards are like a puzzle, because we can find 12 plot, but inside each plot you can find a lot of variety. Mostly the Orvieto variety, because the winery is focused on Orvieto production. So Trebbiano Toscano, that in Orvieto is called Procanico, because it's a particular clone of Trebbiano Toscano that is that give very good quality. So Procanico, Grechetto, and Verdello, Malvasia, the main 4 grapes. Orvieto was born like field blend, because the farmer used to plant all the varieties together and pick up together to produce a single must, so a single wine. But when the DOC introduced more the Grechetto, the vineyard changed, because Grechetto is a variety that ripe 2 weeks before the other. So you can't mix Grechetto with the other varieties, because you have too much different in the ripeness of the grapes. So when the law decide to increase the percentage of Grechetto, all the growers change the planting theory, and now we plant the different variety, and we work with the different variety also in the cellar, and then we blend the different wine to produce the Orvieto wine. So now Orvieto is a wine blend. In the past was a field blend. We produce 3 different levels of Orvieto. One Orvieto Classico, not superiore, and 2 Orvieto Classico Superiore. Superiore means the yield in the vineyards. Maximum 8 ton for hectare. And so the first level of Orvieto we use mostly for the export market, mostly for the US, and then there are the other two wine. That one is a selection from all the different vineyards, and one Campo del Guardiano is a selection of the single vineyard, the best part of the vineyard, the higher part of the vineyard. So we try to understand the different plot, the different characteristic, and then to make the best selection.
And US is your most important market, or?
Yeah.
And do you export more than you sell national?
No, we sell more national. The export market is about the 40%.
Do you make any red wines as well?
Yeah, we produce Sangiovese, mostly Sangiovese, and then Cabernet Sauvignon, and also entry-level red wine that is a blend of all the grapes that we don't select for the 100% wine.
So these are sold under IGP.
IGP Umbria, yeah. We produce also a Viognier. My father was one of the first in Italy to plant Viognier in 1992, and now is a quite historic label of Palazzone, and we produce also a Pinot Grigio, and then we produce the sweet wine. Orvieto has a great tradition of sweet wine, noble rot, Muffa Nobile, or late harvest, so it's a land full of wine. And the grapes are Trebbiano, Verdello and Malvasia that we plant mixed in on a little piece of vineyard right here. So it's a flint blend. It's the old tradition style of Orvieto.
But how big? That's very small.
Yeah.
How many bottles?
Are 1,500.
Yeah.
Very small production. Are 6 and 6 are 12 hectoliters of wine.
But the difference, how's the difference between you?
The difference is that is a completely is a spontaneous fermentation. There is no filtration. There is no clarification, and stay 1 year in barrels, in chestnut barrels, and 1 year. And 1 year in Damigiana.
Okay. And this is the traditional style to do.
The farmer used the Damigiana to keep the wine. 54 liters. The farmer used the wood, the oak, the chestnut wood, and Damigiana to keep the wine. And this is old Etruscan tomb that.
And this is the cellar where you keep the wine afterwards.
Yeah, we keep some bottle of Campo del Guardiano that we keep to release after some years on the market. Because to prove the aging potential of Orvieto, we want to put on the market also old vintage, and now we have a price list from 2009 to 2015 of Campo del Guardiano. And Grechetto come from only one vineyard. And we can say that is also a reserva because there is a longer aging for produce this wine.
Together with the lease.
Yeah, on the lease until June, and then 1 year and a half in the bottle. We release on the market this vintage in October, in November.
Another power.
Vad säger du om det vinet jämfört med det förra?
Ja, alltså jag gillar ju första också. Man känner ju att det är samma vin. You feel that it's the same wine, but this is much more powerful.
Yeah,
much more
powerful and
body,
with
but
body.
Still this good sapidity that you feel the direction, the distinction of the wine.
Yeah, I agree. It's more powerful in the mouth, but at the same time more elegant and more complex in at the nose, at the flavor, and yeah, we say that Campo del Guardiano is the father of Terre Vignate. So Terre Vignate is a wine that is released in the market in March, so has to be ready. Campo del Guardiano you have to wait, and is always more wise.
And it's so long.
Yeah.
It continues. Mineral.
And make you to saliva, and this give you
You want to eat.
You want to eat.
And drink more.
Yeah. Musco makes a skin maturation for 4 days. 4 or 5 days, depends, before the starting of the fermentation, because it's a spontaneous fermentation. We put the juice, the grapes, the steam all together in a vat, in that vat in the cave, and we wait, and usually the fermentation starts in 4 days. So we have a little skin contact before the fermentation, and when the fermentation starts, we remove the skin and we put the juice in the barrel. It's a old style wine. Yeah. It's an old wine. It's the farmer wine. I hope produce better. Because the farmer usually didn't produce so good wine, but very territorial wine, but not so good because they had something else to do. They forgot the barrel, and so we put a lot of care of this wine, and this is made in a old style. We don't believe in the natural wine. For us, this is not a natural wine. It's only a traditional wine made with the tools of the tradition, because it's of course different compared with the other wine. And but because we don't use electricity, it's a spontaneous fermentation. We use a manual pump. So it's completely different. But it's interesting understand that you can change the technique, but maybe it's different also the style of the wine, but the characteristic of the wine and the territory of the wine is given by the land, and so there is a common link between all these 4 wines that is made by the vineyards. So is this the interesting things, and also that you study a lot enology, the technique, and then you make a wine
without using
using anything, and this is the result. So
what does it mean, Musco?
Musco, it's a fantasy name, but it's the first name for the wine that my father produced in the cave for the house in the late 70s, in the beginning of 80s. Because the first label of Palazzone Orvieto Classico is in 1984. So before there was Musco, that was a homemade wine for the house, for the family. But the first vintage release in 84.